videos. So move forward with changing times in the age. Technical documentation too has moved ahead. From days of long winding documents, we upgraded to structured methodology, content management systems, DITA XML, and just when we decided to utter Phew. The times changed and the technology lived manifold. To keep abreast of changing times, it is interesting to note that user or reader attention span is reducing. Product introduction videos, all under 4 minutes, were conceptualized, designed, scripted, and developed by technical writers working on the respective products at the Global Gaming Expo 2019. There are no stopping us because we garnered 45% acceptance with our product videos. We make it happen. So I'd like to introduce Mr. Gopalkrishna Tharoor. Tharoor Gopalkrishna has been associated with STC since 2000. He is an industry veteran with 27 years of experience, out of which 10 years have been in technical writing. Currently, he works for Scientific Games Private Limited in capacity of lead senior technical writer. In his current role since 2017, he works as an editor. So I welcome Gopalkrishna Tharoor on board. A big round of applause to him.
Do I have a... Am I audible enough? Yes. Yeah. Thoda. Okay. Show me. Let me ask you a clarification. How many of you have been in a mode where you ask for electronic item at home and I've had a service support guy come home? How many of you in that mode? You've seen that. Fine. That's probably one person in this hall. Okay, let's move one step further. You brought the product yourself and you have a CD, you run the CD and you know automatically what needs to be done. How many of you in that mode? Yeah? That's quite a vast majority because times is slowly changing. Cut to today. What do you do when you have to look up something and say that how can I do this work done or how can I get this done? What do you do? You Google for it, and what do you do the next step? How to something? Right. Early in June 23, 2015, there was this group of life hackers, and one of them that I want to specifically mention to you is Dave Hacks. Dave Hacks has been responsible for the series called How To series of videos. I think I'm loud enough. Good enough?
You're not capturing the video, it seems.
Oh, you need. Sorry. Rudy, start now. I was just explaining. How many of us have been in the mode where you brought a product and you had a service representative come home? We said one person lifted our hand. Thank you. And then we moved to the next step where we asked, how many of you be in the next set of mode where you brought a product yourself, but you had a CD running through the self-explanatory manual and you were able to get the details that you wanted. So that's step 2. Technology improved further. I had at least about 7% to 8% who are current users who've told me, yes, that's a good thing to do. Now cut to the recent. The industry and the net is flooded with videos on how to do something. I'd like to take you back to June 23rd, 2015 when there is this guy called Dave Hacks. Dave Hacks is responsible for a series of how-to videos. And that's exactly what my next slide is going to talk to you about. When I started preparing for this presentation, gathering inputs, the how to fold a t-shirt in 2 seconds is probably the most popular video that you could see on the internet. What's happening out here? It just says that when I collected data, that particular video had 9 million hits. Today, morning when I checked, that same video has gone to 24,006,486 hits and it's still counting. Still counting. So you know the popularity of having to say something in under 2 seconds or let's say under 4 seconds, that's growing immensely. So what did we do? I represent Scientific Games and I represent 20 writers. We had products in legacy PDF. And here was a challenge thrown open to us in the month of May. So while I'm proceeding ahead, I also want you to take a look at what I have. This is what I intend to cover. What I plan to do is, I shared with you a brief about how to fold a t-shirt in 2 seconds, and I'm going to take you through this. This session is predominantly our experience at Scientific Games in how to convert legacy PDF to something called product introductory videos, all in under 4 seconds. When I say all under 4 seconds, what is it that is the key ingredient? The key ingredient for me would probably mean 3 things, right? I need a script, I need a medium, and add to that, I need somebody who's creative. Combine all these 3 ingredients, and what I have on my platter is something that is there up for user grabs. Now when I say user grabs, what do I mean? I mean fixing your attention in the first 3 seconds. And if I don't have your attention in the first 3 seconds, sorry boss, you've lost it. On the internet, 72% of millennials are watching us. 18% of regular users want something to be done. How do they do it? Today the trend is changing. Everything is how to. So that being the case, why would I sit and sift through 20 pages of introduction in a PDF to understand how to or what to? Why can't I convert 20 pages to under 4 minutes? And that's exactly what we've gone about. I would also like to end the session by taking you through a little bit of something called VDLC advancements. And when we come to that, I'll let you know what we're talking about, because here's the connection. Think SDLC, we move to DDLC to match SDLC. Today we have VDLC too. What is it? We'll see when we come to that. That's what I was talking about. This guy, Dave Hack, way back in June 23, 2015, started with this. He's a life hacker, and you see him everywhere. You enter a series called How To, Dave Hack will come up with something like almost 21 to 25 videos. How to cut a watermelon, how to fold a t-shirt, how to do this, how to do that. When I started collecting inputs, like I was saying, Dave Hack's video had 9 million hits. From 9 million today, he's grown to 24.86 million hits. So that's popular how it is, and all under 1.02 seconds. Now, product videos is a strategy shift that we at Scientific Games implemented, and we believe in what we do. For that, I would first like to give credit to my 20 writers. What they have done is picked up the product video, understood the segment that it belongs to, classified what is it that they will showcase. And for us, it's pride of the matter that we get represented in October in the Global Gaming Exposition, because we belong to the casino industry. That's our hallmark. Just like we are from the learning industry or from the technical writing industry, where the Brandon Hall Award is our Hall of Fame, the Gaming Global Exposition is the Casino Domain's Hall of Fame. And at the Hall of Fame, what we had done catapulted us to almost about 45% acceptance, which is huge for a first timer. From legacy PDF of 10 years and 13 years to a product video under 4 seconds, it was instant hit, and we made it. So what did we do that something is different? This is an interesting statistic that you should be aware of. It comes from Google Ads. You look up this, they will say that if you are in the segment of making videos, you need to grab the attention of the audience. How would you do it? You would grab the audience attention in the first 3 minutes. There is a wonderful saying. It's called hook, line, and sinker. Hook, line, and sinker when you do the fishing. When you modify it to making videos, we give it a little twist. What did we do? We call it hook, line, and kill, and that's what we went in for. To do hook, line, and kill, you look up this website, that infographic is there, and this is an excellent source. This is an excellent source on what you do, of how advertising channels make their money through videos. And it says, one of the interesting statistics there says that 33% of your purchase decisions are today governed by looking at a video, and if it grabs your attention in the first 3 seconds, your purchase is instant. Open up any website today, You'll find a guy excessively advertising. He'll say fresh to home. Click. He has got various products. He's got poultry. He's got fish to be delivered at home. He's got his veggies, and he's also got his provisions. There are other players in the market, but this guy is heavily advertising. Obvious instinct, fresh to home, fresh to home. So you say, what is that you can deliver fresh to home? You click. Your eyeballs are grabbed, right? Your attention span is there. So what does he do? He's getting you in or getting you sucked in the first 3 minutes of whatever you want to do. So you're looking at Facebook or anything in social media, and here is fresh to home popping up. Pop up, pop up, pop up. So your eyeballs are grabbed. You want to do the next obvious thing. So what do? This is what is done. When you come up with a product video, the very first step is you have to plan and conceptualize. And when I say plan and conceptualize, I mean you have to sit at the drawing board and determine what are all that the products they would conduct. So at Scientific Games, what did we do? We decided to pick up 5 products. How did we classify it? We classified it as one set of legacy product, one is an interim product, which is an interface product, and we said 3 new products that we are launching in 2019 to be showcased for October. At this point of time, may I ask you a question? Am I too fast? Do I need to tone down? I tend to, because, yes? Am I too fast for you? Thank you. So, we plan and conceptualize. Once we plan and conceptualize, and on paper, we decide what is A, B, C of how we want to proceed. We then look into the next thing. We pick up the cream la cream. Today, we have people who have been writing for the last 10 years, last 6 years, and we've also got millennials, but their right side has never been tapped. So here is a good instinct of how to tap them. They're good at dancing, they're good at probably singing, and they're even good at probably picking up the latest memes and interspersing them. So here is somebody whose creative skills can be tapped. Bring them out. Tell them this is what you require under 4 minutes. And to the best of my surprise, I can say it is the youngest member of the team who's come up with the most creative video. How did he or she do it? Is because she is aided by somebody who's good at what brings the script. The matter to go in. If the matter to go in to aid the 3 minutes is not good, you will never watch it. You need to have a good script, right? Imagine you're looking at something which is dull, absolutely mundane, and the voice to back it up is literally a lullaby putting you to sleep. Will you even look at it? Imagine I have this arduous task of making sure that after a heavy meal outside, till the lunch tea break is announced, your head should not nod. So here am I with given the baton. And if I don't have a script which does not augur well, would you even say tuned in to me? Nah. So to get you tuned in, I have to be at my best. If my script doesn't work, all that you will tell me is, see you tomorrow, right? So then what happens here? We are looking at the most complex set of domains. We are in the casino gaming industry. Walk into Las Vegas, walk into South Africa, walk into ANZ, walk into Macau. You will see Scientific Games, slot machines, table games, and the software. So we are a group that consists of systems, gaming, writing, game products, everything. Artists, illustrators. We also have mathematicians who build logic. Okay? That being the case, you have to have a complex domain that's explained very well. Now here is it that we have a group of technical writers who was entrusted with the task. In March they were told, I do not want to see anything else, but in October, September 30th is your deadline, 6 product videos have to hit the US G2G. So with that task on hand, what did we do? We made it happen. 45% acceptance at writing. So what happens? You have a script, you are creative, you have the people to do it, but then you have to identify on which tool to do it. Now we had a newcomer on team. He was good at Camtasia, but then within 1 month he left. But in Camtasia we had a problem. Camtasia, if installed in system 1, cannot be used by another user in parallel. The license has to be downloaded or removed extensively from there and brought to another building for me to work on exclusively, and I can't work in parallel. So I have to get into a licensing cost. So what is the next obvious option that I had? Okay, here comes something to my rescue. I'll say thanks to our golden sponsors once again, Adobe has Captivate. So that made my job. So 3 parts. I had creative people, I had PowerPoint where I brought in the pictures and what script I will follow. I used Captivate too. Going forward, what did I do? This is something that is moving on. Here you have to be tuned in because I'm moving in from my concept to something that is going to add value from here onwards. So what do I do? When I move from this segment to VDLC, this is what I know. I must know my audience. Now here is an interesting thing that I've observed. Way back in 2008, how many of you have had the good old Polycom VNets or extension phones that you used in office? Polycom? Yeah. And what did we do to Polycom? We kissed it goodbye. We moved to Cisco, right? And at that point of time, when we said Cisco, Cisco had this product called IP7880 series. Today you have IP880s already in the market, and if you click on that particular link there, you can see that. So what happens is, Cisco was probably the earliest forerunner to move towards video, because at that point of time, I remember clearly, when I installed the Polycom, when I discarded the Polycom and moved away to Cisco, the first thing that probably screamed at me was, I'm sorry I don't have manuals, but instead I have e-learning simulators for you. So what will it do? The moment I click on that particular product, it will automatically simulate the steps and tell me how to install that phone on my disk. I don't need anybody. I don't need an engineer. Automatic, everything is taken through. That probably was the first forerunner to get into a product video mode. And when I do that, what did it do? It kindled my interest. I am able to set up a VNet at my desk. My IT support person need not come to my desk. So that's what I'm doing. The audience is known. You focus on how to open. So there is an e-learning simulator that pop up for you, and then you go in for the kill. Right? Once you've gone in for the kill, what do? You give call for action. So it says, it guides you through a series of steps. You say, do this, do that, and do this. So when I've got 3 steps to do it, and all under 4 minutes, have I got you? The video has done its job well. You got the action that you determined to do. And what is the end result? Very glad I did it. You feel personally thrilled. While the dangers are still lurking there, because today you can all just say how to develop a bomb or how to develop a rocket. That threat is always there. But that's not what we are. We are in the business of making things happen. We are in the business of conceptualizing. And when we conceptualize well, here's what happens. What we see as something called how to is also known in video parlance as an explainer video. So for an explainer video, you have to be script, short, and sweet. And that's what we've been professing. KISS is something which you're sown by from 2000 or earlier than that. As long as STC ran, KISS was the principle. Right? Keep it short and sweet. And that's what we're doing out here. My message should hit home in 30 seconds, flat. Next. Who is the audience that I'm trying to address to? For me, it's my casino players, it's my casino suppliers. Similarly, you may have a similar set of audience. So you have to do your audience analysis to see who likes what and where it will fit in. Once I understand who likes what to find it, I need to find the tone in which I need to speak. If I am audible at the last bench or at the last set of chairs there, my job is probably 3/4 done. You're staying tuned in, you're staying alert, you're not allowing me, or I'm not allowing you a chance to say, he's nodding off, so better I do this. Neither am I giving you a chance that as I speak, you want to pick up your phone and look at your messages or an incoming call. You have to keep it engrossed. Your video has to do the selling. How will I do the selling? I will find the right story and use humor in the form of animation subtly. At this point of time, I would like to call on stage for 5 minutes my manager Lata Selvarajan, who will guide you through the steps that she involved with her team. Lata, please.
I think my voice will be loud enough for you all to hear. No, it has to go like So when we decided to go on, yeah, that's good.
Hello, check.
When we decided to go in for the videos for our products, okay, the first thing we wanted to decide upon the tool, okay. Since, our management was very reluctant for this approach, we were thinking about to use the existing tool with us. Luckily, we were using this Adobe TechCom suite, which has, of course, not the latest Captivate, but we had Captivate free that license cost with including the license. So we thought, let's use that. So with the Captivate as a tool, we started creating small videos. In fact, our first video was of 1 minute to get the approval of our management team. Okay. So we decided to, so we just prepared a 1 minute introductory video on one of our legacy products and run to the management. The first comment we heard was about the text-to-speech converter we have used at the back end. Basically, when we first had as soon as we started hearing that, they asked, to whom do you are prepared for, okay? So we said it's for the management only, specifically for that particular audience, okay? They asked about the voice immediately because it was about most of them a male audience, okay. So they weren't very comfortable when I used a male voice. They wanted a female voice. That's one of the preference here. So you all understand now how much is audience analysis is required. So even the gender we need to look at what is that voice we are going to use, okay. And then we decide on the approval, okay, so we started use that for database tools which are available at our office. So initially there were some hiccups in running certain database tools that being used by the company. So we started creating troubleshooting videos for those database tools. So we in fact they just gave one liner for what is the problem as such. The problem statement was only a one liner. So we started with an explanation, what is that, when that particular problem occurs, and then we went ahead, show them how to rectify that particular problem in the database itself, okay. So how to run the script and how exactly the problem will be rectified if they do that in that way. So that was actually a runaway hit, and from then on, we started creating in fact, all our videos are now in Adobe Captivate. Now the company is ready to actually invest in a better tool so that we'll be able to produce better videos. And in fact, recently they have given us approval for recruiting a technical artist also so that we can have a better graphics and animation in our videos. And we are planning to buy After Effects also from Adobe, so that can be used to enhance our videos better, okay. Because with Adobe Captivate, there are certain limitations in Adobe Captivate which we would like to avoid with to produce better videos and hi-fi in quality, okay. So we have the approval of the management also to go in for better tools and produce better videos. So we are planning to go in a Microsoft style of way, wherein we are targeting to have both text as well the videos that explain all the important features across our products, because ours is a very unique domain, and again our customers, the users of our products are very unique in nature. We have slot attendants who would have just passed out of the school and be working as slot attendants. So we need to consider we need to do lots of audience analysis and then prepare the videos according to their limitations as well their understanding. So we are actually preparing those videos in such a way, targeting the various audiences. For management, we are preparing, for the casino managers, we are preparing a separate videos, and for slot attendants, we are preparing separate videos for servicing slot machines and other things.
Okay.
And for times. Let me make it short. So to get a buy-in from your management, do a small video, explain them how it is going to be beneficial and how the cost is getting reduced, okay? And then definitely you will have a buy-in for a better software and also recruitment for people, with very creative skills, okay? So I won't say as a technical writer, we need to have a bit of creativity, but having an experience in creating, using illustrators and other things for creating better graphics will be an added advantage for us.
Thank you, Lata.
Thanks.
Let me move on. The humor in animation bit has to not be very subtle. When I say humor in animation, it has to come as a part of your ongoing process. Don't make that mistake of saying that I'm going to say something and then you say, we expect you to laugh. That's not going to happen. It has to come subtly. Humor should not be it all, it should not fall flat on the face in the video. It's something that has to happen automatically. And then you also pace out the video. When I say pace out the video, I mean that a user is able to absorb only 125 words in that many minutes. So when you speak, you also have to speak that script in at least say 100 words per minute. You understand the user capacity and you speak accordingly, slowly but subtly, and the message is hitting home. And that's exactly what my graph says, and that is coming from Crazy Egg. If you look at the blog of Crazy Egg, it says the left hand side is talking about the time. The bottom axis is talking about in what time frame, in how many minutes you would have seen that video. So if a video is engrossing, then maximum sale is that you will sit for 12 minutes. If it is not engrossing, trust me, within less than 2 minutes, you would have gone to the next or whatever you don't want to see. So that's the kind of audience level of engrossment that we probably have. To do this, that I just explained, and that's exactly what you're seeing. Here is something that I would say that I mentioned about the e-learning stimulators. Things have gone forward. 7,800 from Cisco has become IP 8,800. Click this link. This link is going to take you to Cisco's latest set of IP 800 series phones where you can do the works. Not that I'm a Cisco evangelist or I'm a Cisco product dealer out here, but then I'm just saying it's very encapsulating. In 1.08 seconds, that IP 800 phone is probably installed and shared with you. And that's what that particular link says. So what do you have to do? You determine the objective, come up with a creative outline, merge the script, the data that you have in the PPT, and utilize Captivate. And ultimately, the result is what Lata just mentioned to you. You have to make sure that what you do is what is sold. Management must fall in hook, line and kill. The customer who's looking at your videos should also fall for it. Just as she mentioned, since majority of the attendants at the casinos are the guys who work, they prefer to hear a different voice. So you think which is the best voice? And when I use Captivate, I have something called Neo Voices. Download the Neo Voices. I have about 29 set of voices that I can probably use. And I think it's thanks to the creativeness of the team that they have decided on the most husky voice that they to really make it as interesting as possible. So thank you, team. Fine. And most important thing, when you're doing a video, you have to record without any disturbance. So that's something that you'll have to take care. Now, I happen to see an interesting website which I have indicated as part of my source credits. They have come up with something. Now, I don't want to profess something, but then we've all crossed that stage. We said SDLC, Software Development Lifecycle. We plunged in and we said DDLC, Documentation Development Lifecycle. But today, this is where the world is headed for. It's called the Video Development Lifecycle, and this is also beginning to bear fruit. How is it beginning to bear fruit? This is what is happening. You look at one common script that can attack multiple devices. Because everything is needed on the phone or everything is needed on the tab. So you need a common structured script. How do I take it forward? I need the customer to understand. So everything has to be a series of how to do this, how to do that, and how to do the third thing. Then identify the customer pain point and your video must address that particular pain point. The video duration, all under 4 minutes, that's the max. Anything less or anything more than 4 minutes, sorry. Tata bye, that's what you will get. Because all that will happen is, go to the X button there, click close, do whatever you want to do. Your attention span is lost. Single source, you have to make it. Whatever we saw earlier, your DITA, your XML, whatever we learned in the good old concepts of documenting, still holds good out here. You have to bring in structured methodology so that point number 1 can get addressed. Then you come to the single concept. You are reaching a large audience. It is just not my English speaking audience. My English speaking audience is that minuscule. More than English speaking audiences, I have European audiences who are dabbling in other languages. I also need to cater to them. So then, my structured methodology and the script, I should have a script translator, which when I click in one particular language is automatically able to translate to whatever language I want by just saying a drop of a button. So it should be an automated process. And when that happens, what will happen is, first you would have developed a series of small videos, like she said, under a minute. Slowly you would scale them up, and then you will start adding the works. And then you add the works, you have what you call professional quality videos from a novice setup you have just scaled up there. Imagine a technical writing team of 20 writers. Today we also have the assistance of a technical artist. Now, isn't there a disconnect if you ask me? Yes, there is a disconnect. What is he doing? But he is doing the next level. He is helping us scale up. Now, this particular 45% acceptance at G2GE went one step ahead for us. The marketing department sitting in the US said the entire design library is available for use by you. You can use what you want to do. That's acceptance. Internal acceptance, internal user buy-in is more important for us. So having said that, here is an acronym that I have coined. DSCLMFD. It's coming from there. You know your domain, you try to map your product with the introductory video adequately. Then you supplement it with the how to provide that basic knowledge. After doing that, you try to comprehend what needs to be done. We have various acronyms for various things. So I just said, whatever I mentioned out there, I want you to remember this. Because that quote from John Medina says, listening to a voiceover while looking at matching images significantly enhances my learning ability. Else, I'm out from there. So what you do or what you see is what you get today. Right? You have to go in for the kill. If you don't make the kill, the product is not going to be sold. Or there is no buying. Right? When I do that, I should understand which tool can do the job well. The explanation, Camtasia, Captivate. Leverage internally. Make the best use. Medium, decide where this should go. Is it going to go on the web? Is it going to be a video product on its own? Is it going to be a standalone? Multiple devices. So you decide. Once I've decided on the medium, then I look at the format. Please don't go and produce a Flash format today. No, Flash is not going to get supported by browsers from 2020. Flash is out. So then MP4, WM4, talk of the latest. You decide. And finally, short and crisp. You mentioned this, so let me not repeat 3 or 4. It's all there. Those are my references. And because you've been a patient audience, the forum is yours. Please.
Do you mind sharing what you're using to translate your audio?
We have not done anything in terms of translating our audios at the moment we are in English, but that's an advancement that is happening in the industry today by a company called, if I have your permission to go back, sorry, you will have to probably look up here and see text to media. Check up that link, the last source, which will be available when it does come up. Please check up that link. They are the pioneers. They have an excellent flow chart on their opening page which says what needs to be done and how. This is not what I am professing. This is a reference source that I picked up. We are not into multi-languages translation at the moment. So that's my entire set of sources, and thanks to all of these inputs that I've been there. And before I wind up, I'd like to say thanks to my team of 20 writers who have put their hard work, soul into whatever they wanted to create, and that product is, and their hard work between March and October is very good 6 videos. Thank you, team. If you can use the mic, sorry. Sorry, Kavita, tell me.
No, in your industry, how often do these products change where you need to, consider updating the videos? Because see, the thing with videos is there is a maintenance cost involved, so.
Absolutely agree with you. Okay, it would probably be once in 2 years or once in 3 years based on how the technology changes. Today I'm able to walk into a casino and play on the table or slot games, but the preference is slowly changing. I'm saying I want everything on my mobile. So the virtual part of it is entering the industry. So if I probably think ahead and create my video, which is probably the latest, then what you are changing, the change management would be under 3 years or 3.5 years once when I really need to touch it.
Voiceover in English.
Exactly.
So if you're going to do the voiceover, say in French or in German, so how do you take care of that? Because there has to be some translation involved in that.
See, at the moment sitting in Chennai, we are catering only to the English-based audience because we don't have this multiple.
Okay, so you all don't
we're catering only to English. And the other probable region is that we have is again Macau. So we believe that when you go to Macau, you still understand English. Okay, so we don't have to translate into Mandarin. The screens and the other things based on the location, yes, we have to translate because those are user instructions. The video part of it, we are not yet there in terms of the advancement that text-to-media is talking about.
Yeah, I mean, see, okay, that's probably, I don't know what text-to-media says, but I mean, the way I would look at it is your UI will also change based on your language, right?
These are all advancements that we plan to build in as we take things
As the
forward.
next one. Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah. Not at the moment, not at the moment. Our videos are not getting captioned at the moment because it is going to the actual community who know what they're reading up. So that way we have what you call a safe audience. Our audience analysis aspects are slightly, well taken care of. We've not explored that option with us. If you know something,
Yeah.
all yours.
Is
Sorry.
You have referenced 3 seconds multiple times. So when you are building your video, in the industry we have this 15-second rule, or we consider 15 seconds to be our bounce rate.
Okay.
How do you determine, or what analytics are you using to reach to this 3-second number?
No, I'm talking of 3 minutes, not 3 seconds. In the first 3 seconds, I think I said your audience attention has to be grabbed by what he's seeing in the initial slide and the script that you give.
Okay, so I'll rephrase myself then. How are you determining that you are getting the attention and bounce rate for your videos are minimal?
Our videos are not marketing material. Our videos are more of internal supplements to the legacy documents. So we just started off. It's the last 6 months of more of internal legacy documents of the last 13 years that have become under 4 minutes, especially the product introduction.
Okay,
Makran, you had-
so do you also see micro learning coming into play? When
Not
it
at
is
the moment, because we have to understand the audience. If you say is somebody who would probably have finished school or doing part-time jobs and at the same time working as a casino thing. So he or she is not that educated user who needs understanding. He's just standing behind a slot machine. So something that tells him or him when he walks into a casino, what is it that he needs to get hands on, the buck stops there.
Is your voiceover machine generated, and if yes,
The script is machine generated. We use Neo voices.
okay, you have voiceover artists?
No, we have Neo voices doing the
Okay,
work.
okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
29 voices are there in Neo.
Can
Yes,
I?
boss. Yes, boss.
So, Tharoor, thank you very much. 2 quick questions. Number 1, are you giving text along with your video that somebody can download for future reference? Number 2, are you putting internal bookmarks within the video that I can directly go to at various steps? Number 3, are you hyperlinking your videos to other videos?
Advancement is something that we are planning. We will take your inputs because the entire team is kindly tuned into your YouTube channel that we are seeing to see how we can take it forward. So I think you are probably leading us there. So I'll say thanks for the input, sir. The entire team is tuned into your channel. Because we just started off. We've just taken those baby steps. You're far ahead of us. I must admit that.
So right now you're not using any PDF only.
It's a slow transition. We've done with 6, so let's progress to the next level. We started in March. In October, we were able to showcase 6. Now the onus is on us. How much can you give us an estimation time frame that you can go to level 1, level 2, level 3, and how you can speed up the cycle? We are hoping for the best, because we have to look at our bread and butter, which is writing. This is only an add-on activity. Initiative cannot be the full-time activity of a technical writer. For us, this is an initiative. Exactly. This is something add-on to us. Please do it. We need it. We need it before Global Gaming Exposition.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Gopalkrishna. Tharoor.
Thank you very much.
A big round of applause to Gopalkrishna for such an amazing session on PDF to product videos. I'd like to call upon Makarand Pandit to hand over the memento to Gopalkrishna. Thank you everyone, and you have a networking break right now. So after this, probably you can get back to the session, and just a 15 minutes break, quickly go back and come to track 2. Thank you so much everyone. Thank you Lata, yeah. Thank you Lata for your delivery. Thank you so much.